Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is September 13th, Tuesday, 2011. Let me say that the other way. Today is Tuesday, September 13th, 2011. I just want to go over the trades that we took in the morning session, and actually I took two more trades after the morning session. The results for the morning session were actually plus 1 tick here and plus 10 ticks here. After the morning session, I took another trade here on the ES that lost, and I accidentally took a trade over here on the YM that went and hit my stop. When I was trying to bring my DOM up to the top by clicking on it when it was down below, and I hit buy market, and it bought market and stopped me out right away. My mistake again. But let's go over the actual trades. All right. The morning was pretty choppy, and the reason it was choppy is because the areas that we were on with the ES, we were either above them on the ES and below them on the YM, or below them on the YM and above them on the ES, and that made the market really choppy right around these areas here. All right, so we didn't have that many trades this morning. We'll scroll back to where we did trade, and I'll show you what we had. All right, now the market's opened up here at 9:30. We were waiting, but right in here we didn't have a trade on the short side because we needed a lower swing pivot. I actually did accidentally take this trade and I got out at break even on it. I didn't mark it because it's not a valid trade setup. Moving up here, you can see we had an opportunity here because we had the bubble down here. We had an opportunity, but we had this zone right up above us, so we couldn't take that trade. It did work. We then had another bubble with another pullback. Again, it was inside the zone, so we didn't take that trade, and it worked. We had this trade over here that was above the zone. We had the bubble and the pullback. We did take this trade. Okay. I think we got a point out of it before it pulled back. Then it moved up again, and we had a bubble again and a pullback to the BBC, and we did take this trade. Once it moved up to plus 5 ticks, I think I moved my stop up to plus one tick, and we got stopped out at plus 1 tick. That was the morning for us. Okay. Hang on. Now, as the morning wore on, you see it was very, very choppy in here. There were a lot of things. You see how the green line was inside the box in here all this time? It was inside the box over there. It was inside the box in here and in there and in there. We couldn't take any trades while that was happening. So it kept us out of all of that chop. Alright, then we got over here to this spot. I took this trade, and this was a mistake. Alright, because we didn't have a lower swing right here. So I took that, and I lost 8 ticks on it. Now we put a lower swing pivot in here, and it pulled back up. We did enter there, and we took some profit on that trade. I think we took a point profit. Now moving along, we didn't take any of these trades right in here. I'm not sure why we didn't take this one. Oh, we didn't fill on this one. We tried to take this trade right here because we had the bubble, we had the lower swing, and it pulled up, but it didn't fill us. Alright, then we needed a new bubble to be able to take another bounce off of the BBC, but we never got it. Alright, everything flipped up, and we had the bubble, and we had the BBC, but it was going into the zone, so we didn't take that trade right there. Okay, this was inside the zone, still didn't take it. Now over here, this is the trade that I took after the morning session. You know, at this point right here, after the morning session, we were plus 1 tick. Alright, then right here, we had an opportunity while Dwayne was talking a few minutes ago, and I went short right here, and it went right through my my stop up here. Okay, now we're back up here inside the zone, so we're not going to be able to trade anything up there. Alright, now the reason I took this trade is because we had the bubble and we had the pullback up to the BBC. Alright, that was the morning on the ES, so that's got us minus 7 ticks here on the ES. Okay, right now we're at minus 7 ticks on the ES. I did have one mistake over there for 8 ticks, so we should be plus 1 tick on the ES. Over here on the YM, let me just oops, let me scroll back, and the YM has been just like the ES this morning. Really, it's been a mess to trade. and I was afraid that was going to be the case. And for some reason, everything is... There we go. Alright, I'll tell you why I thought it was going to be a mess to trade. You see how the ES is right at the zone right now? Right at this area right here? The YM right now, hang on, wait till the charts catch up here. There we go. The YM is below its zone. Alright, so if we get long trades here, the YM is going to be bumping into the zone as it moves up with the ES. And if we get short trades here, the ES is at the zone. So the markets are kind of working against each other just with the weekly trading zones where they are. It kind of suggests that you should probably just try to stay out of the markets for right now until price really strongly moves away from the weekly trading zones on both markets. Both of them away from the zones on the same side of the zone. Alright. Now this morning we had a pretty quiet morning here on the YM. I took one trade for 10 ticks profit. I'm trying to find that trade. Yeah, my charts are reacting very slowly here. Okay, let me just give them a minute to catch up. Alright. You can see right now price on the ES is stuck right inside that area, that zone right there. So that's going to be tough. Let's see, this morning I believe my first trade was right here. Alright, I traded the pullback over here. I don't know why my... that's why. I had a second one. There it is. There's my first trade right here. This was my first trade right here. Okay, so we traded this short over here on the close down below. We were looking for a down close after the bounce off the BBC here, and we got the nice down close right here, and we took 10 ticks out of that. All right. After that, the price moves strongly here on the YM, strongly up above this area. Alright, so when it started to pull back down to it, I thought it was going to pull into this area, and we had this big bar right here. I wanted to wait until we had an up close before we went long. We never got the up close above the BBC in here. You see all this? So then it went short on us. Now over here, it pulled back up right here at 1044. And everything was looking pretty short over here. But over here on the ES, at the same time, let's see, where were we? 1044. See that? At the same time over here on the ES, we were above this area. So we were being very careful about our trades this morning, because if we bounce off of this, that's going to make this fail. So what I was looking for over here was a down close. A down close that gave us some room in between the close and the MA1 after this test of the BBC with this divergence. We didn't get that, so then what I was looking for was a down close below the MA1, and we did get that, but at this point it was too far away from the MA1 to go short because I only used about 7 ticks risk on this. So what I had suggested was waiting until it pulls up to here to about 990 for that short opportunity. Okay, now when that happened, I was trading over here, so I didn't see it actually happen over here, but that's what I had suggested in the room this morning. You can see it did pull up to 992, and it dropped down 38 points. Actually, I think even a little better than that. From 992, it dropped all the way down. Yeah, okay, this would have been 38 points. The immediate thing was 37, 38 points right here, the immediate drop. I didn't take that trade because I was trading on the ES at the time, I think, and I wasn't paying attention to it. But since then, you can see it's just been messy, back and forth in here. Now, I lost 7 ticks on here. We should be plus 10 ticks, but I lost 7 ticks when the thing was down here, like that, and I clicked, when it's behind it like that, and I clicked on the thing down here to try to get it to come to the front, and it actually entered me into an order, and so I lost 7 ticks on that. So I made 2 mistakes today. That's it. Yeah, we give it all here. The good, the bad, the ugly. And today, the 2 mistakes are pretty much what got us where we are right now. We should be plus about 1 point equivalent on the ES right now. and instead we're down about 2 points equivalent on the ES. All right, that's it. All said and done. The markets are still very choppy. As you can see right here, we're well down below the zone over here, but we're right in the middle of the zone over here. So once this gets up above the zone, if that's what it's going to do, once it gets up above the zone here, then I'll be really hesitant to take any long trades here, because this is going to be approaching the zone as this gets above the zone. So long trades over here could be hampered by this bouncing off the zone over here, and it's just gonna be choppy the rest of the day, it looks like. We have something coming out this afternoon, I think, a news event coming out this afternoon, but I'll get to that in a minute. So for right now, we are plus 3 ticks on the ES. Plus 3 ticks on the YM and minus 7 ticks on the ES. All right. If I hadn't taken those two trades from the morning session end at 11:30, we would be plus 1 on the ES and plus 10 on the YM. But it is what it is, and that is how it will be recorded.